Hello and welcome back to No Man's Sky with myself, Hollow. We have some life forms hanging out in the back here. It actually reminds me a little bit of Ark. That's about one of the least derpy looking T-Rexes in existence. It's the best we're gonna see, the best we're gonna get in this game. Apparently, what? Whoa. What in the fuck is that? That blew me away, but that's actually worse. It's a I don't know, some sort of animal with an orange for a head. In fact, no, it's like an ice cream cone upside down. Look at that. What the fuck? I dubbed the ice cream head. Congratulations, ice cream head. Look, there he is. It's ice cream head. Okay. Alright, so a couple of things. Apparently when you get into the spaceship, it does a little save. So I originally... Ooh, hello. I originally thought the only way to save was by going into these bases that we find around the world, or many worlds, and then saving at these save points. But apparently it saves when you get in your spaceship as well, which makes complete sense. That's good. We're going to have to collect some more plutonium. We're only got a certain amount left, so we can keep launching off here. We're currently on this planet of Ichneusmark, apparently. The naming of these planets and these worlds, not ideal. They're very randomized. Would you say that's because they're like, well, they're alien, you know, and they sound alien? Or is it just that it's complete fucking random? There's no system to it. It's just stupid stuff. So apparently if I use shift, I can sprint. Or rather, speed boost, let's say, not sprint, when I'm in my ship, without using my speed boosts, like my spacebar to like dash around the area. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, that was a good tip. Thank you very much. Yeah, I believe it was Footshaw that told me that. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so traveling around is gonna be really fucking convenient. It's like it's a midway point between boosting with your space to like actually get out of the atmosphere and get out of the planet and get to different areas, and it costs a lot of fuel, and you know, just moving slowly. I can't control like the way that I turn as much, but it's certainly useful for me, and especially because I cut out these parts a lot. It'll help me, you know, save time while I move around. So we managed to get quite a lot of plutonium. Unfortunately, drones are angry about it. It's no problem. We're doing really well with killing them. Upgrading my weapons to have like different things like grenades and stuff. I don't know how effective they're going to be. They could really help. They could be kind of irrelevant. But because I'm able to sort of deal with them completely fine, as you saw there, it was already done. Without any need for help. I don't feel obliged, or I don't feel it's necessary to upgrade with any grenades or anything. My weapon feels good as is. We've managed to comprehend over 30 words now. Just found another knowledge stone right there. Feels good to have that many, but a language has so much more than 30. It's still not that much in the grand scale of things. Anyway, we're looking for iron. Ah! Haha! Well, shit. That was convenient. We just need a certain amount to get our jetpack more boosted. And hopefully that's enough. It is. And with the carrot sheet, we should be able to. Yes, we've got the jetpack boost. There we go. And with the new jetpack, now it doesn't last. Whoa! It doesn't last any longer. That's not what we changed. What we just changed was the ability to go higher with the jetpack. And you know what? That is a perfect test just to see how high it can actually go. This big ass tower right here. Maybe there's something on top of it. That would be really cool to find out. Let's see it. Let's try it. Come on. Fuck. Oh, I didn't have any jetpack boost to stop me from falling. Okay, I was really close. Is there nowhere I can start that's higher? Ah, from here. This should do it. I can do this. I can do this. I can make it up there. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do this without that upgrade. Well, we did it. Okay, we made it up here. A little bit sad there's nothing up here, but we got up here, and that's our own little objective that we made, because this game is ultimately make your own fun, like climb that, which is I don't know. It's a bit sad, isn't it? It's a little bit disappointing. Let's go see this last monolith before we leave this planet. Where is it? Which direction was it in? There it is. Okay. So, we're going to boost on over there. God, that little sprint mechanic is so useful. It makes such a difference. There's a little dot there behind it. You see that? First, the monolith, the monolith. Here we are. Ooh, whoa. Look at that thing. That's a little bit different. It's like a... Well, it's like a big ball, I guess. Whoa. And there is a lot of knowledge stones around the area, which is convenient. We got blob. I'm sorry, that's not a real word. We don't... That's... Okay. Well, it is a real word. What am I talking about? It's just a... Why, when would that ever come up? Whereas respect... Respect will come up. But blob won't. Herc... these are so vague. There's ruins. Right. Similar to the ruins we found before. I see a strange vision. A small terrified creature emerges from the monolith and runs between my legs. I hear the noises of an ancient hunt, the howls of pack animals in pursuit and the thunder of hooves. Warriors on vast beasts charge through the rock, and amidst the chaos one sees me staring. It raises its facial tendrils in greeting, barks a few words and then swings a bladed weapon to whoa. And we understand 3 words here. Gra, you know, classic word that. And then the Viking Ancients. This is obviously part of its hunt. Now, it could be that the Viking Ancients don't want to hurt the animals of the land. That could totally make sense. But based on the situation, I think I'm supposed to grab the weapon. I could be wrong on this, though. The hallucination fades, but the blade remains. It transforms into a multi-tool I can use. No, that was correct. It was like an ancient hunt, and I was supposed to take part of it. Alright, so we can take this. We've also learned the new word beyond. I could upgrade it specifically, you know, change the things. But if you look at the stats here, it's way better than the one that I'm being offered. So I'm going to decline it. It's just not that good. Alright, that'll do for this planet. Let's start bouncing around. Today, my goal is to bounce around planets a lot more than I have been doing. I want to see, like, at least 3 planets in one episode. We're looking for that. If it's even existing at this point, this beautiful lush planet with plants and life and activity. Every single planet we've been on so far has been an empty shell desert, essentially. That's what we were just on. And every planet we've been on since then, and before that, has been a deserty, sort of rocky, uninhabitable planet. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I care about. That's not what I enjoy. Now, the space is beautiful, but you barely do anything in it. Nothing compared to the many games that actually do space battling properly and with genuine, real systems and like this sensation of, oh, I'm in a real fucking space battle. Even the Battlefront space battles from Battlefront 2 felt a little bit more in depth than these ones. You just attack these space cruisers. New forms of drones show up and you kill them and then you leave, and it's just like, I don't know. I want to be part of something. I want to be more involved with these factions that exist in the world. I'm learning about them. I'm understanding of them. But can I not do things with them? Can I not go on missions with them? I just feel like there's so much potential in this game, and I have to admit, it feels so unfinished. The core concepts that blew me away the first few episodes are still cool now, but it's not enough to carry a game, is my concern. Like, let me just make this point clear. This is most of what you do in space in the game. I sit here holding space, aiming at my target, and I wait for upwards 3 or 4 minutes, just sat here twiddling my thumbs, holding space, essentially. This is what happens that I cut out. And as cool as it is to boost around like this, and how it probably would work like this, there's just nothing. This is like most of what you do when you're in your spaceship in space. There's just so much you could do, and this is what you actually do. Alright, well, we're about to be at the planet. Like, hell, just let me crash into the planet. I would like to need a little bit of skill required. Hold on, this looks really weird. This can't load it in, right? Is this a bug? The whole floor of the planet seems to be just orange. No, there we go. It's changed. Oh, actually, is this a water planet? It could be. That's some variety, at least. Look at that. The floor of the whole planet appears to be mostly water. And there's like these random plateaus with life on it. And there's something in the water, actually. I don't know if it's safe for me to land in the water, so I'm not going to try and do that. This is new. This is at least something different. Every planet I've been on has just been a desert so far. A forest planet is literally what we were looking for. It has light showers, typical sentinels, ample flora. Oh, there we go. This is more like it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello. Are you aggressive? It's an alpha. It's timid. No, we're okay. It's a bit derpy. It's trying to run into the water, and that's a baby, maybe? They're both timid, though, so we're fine. Look at this. There's actually a base under the water. And we have, like, fish. Okay, this is at least something nice. This is at least something different. It is ultimately just the same thing, but with underwater stuff. But at least, for God's sake, it's something different. Not the exact same on every planet I go to. So it works the same, though. On my last planet, my problem was the toxicity. So I was having to keep it shielded and filled, the reduction to toxic stuff going on. And now I have to deal with my oxygen protection, which is giving me oxygen while I'm underwater, which is only limited. I guess I'll just power that. As you would expect, it'll be life support or something like that, maybe. I gotta keep filling. Oh, this is concerning. I was hoping that this would be closed so I could breathe in here. Also, we haven't seen one of these since the first episode. It's like a weird life form that's taken over a base. I glimpsed the crimson orb between the clouds, a vast and baleful eye, unblinking and monstrous. Fear turned the blood in my veins to ice. I was so afraid it would see me, but then the clouds moved and it was gone. I was no longer certain if it had ever been real. Perhaps the fungal deposits from the last world I visited are still clogging my exosuit vents, affecting my cognition somehow. I have cleaned my filters 6 times now, but I still feel it inside of me. Could this be? Could this be the same person that was traveling and on the first planet encountered this weird infestation, this thing watching them? And as you can see, it's destroyed the base, it's taken over, it's manifested. But that one was red, this one's like a light blue. Could it be the same person trying to escape whatever this thing is that's following him? There's a story, there's something to look for, there's a little objective that you can have in your own head. The question is that a real objective, or are these two procedurally generated things where it's like an alien infestation type building and you just happen to see it and they're completely irrelevant to each other? There's no story, there's no connection, and that's my fear. I fear that everything isn't connected. There's nothing that's connected. It's all just random crap out there in the galaxy and a variety of planets. At least in Subnautica, for example, there is a clear objective and things that you can do to improve your character, more than just, oh, I can mine faster, oh, I can do more damage, toxins affect me less, I can breathe for longer underwater. I actually make new gadgets that can impact the world and what I do in the game massively. And there is much more than just one spaceship, which would be, I guess, the Seamoth, but a submarine. There's now a mech in that game. The base building in that game is quite in depth now and getting better and better with the flora that we saw and all of the life that you can put in them, and even collecting eggs and creating pets and making friends with the life on the planet. All of that just isn't here in this game. Anyway, I'll analyze the data log. I discover something coded deep inside the long dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me. Yeah, it's like a long dead traveler log, which is completely different. So this one was radiation, and the last one was toxicity. That's how I got the toxicity thing. Oh shit, what's going on? It teleported me outside and now I'm drowning. Not ideal. Ow. My health bar's at the top left. And there is oxygen. Oh, there we go. Back at the ship. There's actual colour. Look at that. Okay, this is more like what the trailers showed. I'll give it that. Oh, wow. Okay. This is the most life-filled planet we've found. Look at this. This is so much better than just constant empty worlds. There's a bit of character to this one. And this is the first one I found. Oh, flying over this will look great. Some iridium here. Oh, ooh, hello. You're new. You look like you could go in water. It's exotic and it is calm. Alright. Good, I don't need to worry about it so much. The T-Rexes on the last planet were a little bit dangerous. Kind of fucked me up. Look at this. We've got like cave systems again. As always. But at least we have some life here. Something pretty to look at. And that's kind of all I wanted from this game. Like, just, even if it was what it is, but you just get to explore and see things that make you, I don't know, your jaw drops when you see it. You're just blown away. You just want to look at it for a while. You just explore and invest yourself in it. You let it immerse you. That would have been great. That would have been fine. And this is probably the least empty planet we've found so far. Let's fly around it a little bit more. See what it has to offer us. My fear is that it's going to be exactly the same, which it probably will. We'll have a few random buildings around. Some of them will be underwater, apparently. We'll learn about more words for the Viking. We'll discover more buildings that have stuff in them that I can sell. But I am happy, though. Like, I would have been much more... Ow, apparently I fell. Whoa, yeah, look, I was on a ledge. I would have been very unhappy, very upset if I didn't find anything like this that apparently existed. Like, just look at this. Just a nice picture here. I would have been upset if I hadn't found anything like this in my playtime with this game. But even with a series where I'm talking to you guys, I'm learning with you guys, you got advice for me, if it can't hold my attention even then, there's something really wrong, isn't there? So look at these things. Got titanium in them. You can just mine them if you want. Drones to come and fight you for it, though. Now, this is the 5th episode that we're doing on No Man's Sky. And I honestly feel like this is the kind of game that all logic points to, anyway, that I should love. That I should be invested in. It's something I love to do. I love to fly in spaceships. I love to discover and explore. It's an upgraded version of Subnautica, or at least it was supposed to be. You know, instead of just being trapped on one planet, you have infinite variety of planets with loads to do on each planet. But that's the thing, isn't it? There is ultimately 4 things to do on each planet. You know, you discover the plants and collect things. You look for life that exists and you rename it, whatever. You enjoy the variety of the planets themselves, sure. I mean, this is completely different to anything we've been on before, which is nice. We're trying to slowly make our way to the center of the universe as sort of a main objective, but on each planet you discover new words, you find new tech. I will give it one thing: the things that when you go to these artifacts and alien life stuff where we see these descriptions, they're beautifully wrote and they do immerse me, and I really enjoy reading those. But I could easily play a game that does that even better. Like, what was that game that I played not too long ago by Obsidian? It was called Pillars of Eternity, and you can make any character in this massive D&D kind of style world. It was like a Baldur's Gate, but relevant and updated, and there was a DLC that came out for that not too long ago. That game was phenomenal, and it had all of these amazing storylines and tons of voice acting for it all as well, which was insane. Couldn't believe that. And obviously it's a top-down sort of RPG, which is very different to this, but what I'm saying is that I really liked about this game, the main thing I liked about it was these little dialogues. I can find better in other games for less money, you know? It's weird. I feel like at this point, I can't ignore the many, many issues that No Man's Sky has. In the first few episodes, the first few hours of gameplay, I genuinely really fucking loved this game. And I don't know how it turns so sour so quickly. But I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to pretend I'm having an amazing good time. Like, the last episode we did, I felt at the end of it, I was like, ooh, hang on. This doesn't feel good anymore. And then I came to record this episode, And I am feeling this urge to talk about it, this feeling I'm having. And I hope that I haven't upset anyone by talking about this. I'm sure many of you agree with me, but I know there are many of you who appreciate the fact that I didn't do the instant No Man's Sky shit thing that so many other people have done. And I don't think it's a shit game. I just think it is wasting its potential. I feel like it's maybe been released too early. Like, fuck, just look at this area we're in right now. I could be a completionist and go to every single thing on every planet and find every single life form and collect them and rename them to a bunch of different stuff. But at that point, you're grasping at straws for things to do. And that shouldn't be the way it is. And I've seen so many interviews with the guy, the lead dev of this game, and he's just like unsure what to say about what to do in the game, you know? Like, I wonder if they even play this game. It wouldn't shock me if they didn't. I mean, ultimately, even in this new environment, what am I doing right now? I'm at a base. I'm looking for these things. It's going to tell me where a monolith is. I'm going to see that cool description, enjoy working it out, enjoy getting my reward, which is one word and maybe a random item. I have enjoyed seeing the variety in the monoliths and what they look like and how they function. And again, the descriptions are phenomenal. But it just doesn't carry an entire game, does it? On the bright side, though, we did find this planet. This is the type of planet I was looking for, without having to bounce around for like 2 hours, cutting all of that out until I finally found one like this. Because I wanted it to end on a planet like this. So I'm very happy we found it so quickly. It didn't even look like a foresty planet when we saw it. It was just like bright orange, wasn't it? Weirdly, that's everything I think that the game has to offer right now. There are many different types of planets, all procedurally generated, that will look interesting, that we'll enjoy for a moment, and then we'll move on. And I think it's a kind of game that, if you enjoy it, I'm envious of you. I've had a good time, a really good time playing this game while I could enjoy it, but I think I've reached the point where I don't enjoy it anymore, and at that point, I shouldn't be playing it. And I mean, hell, just think about when I pressed this button for the first time, and we saw this magnificent map, and discovered that we're hopefully heading towards the core of the galaxy. But it infinitely goes on. And I mean infinitely. If there even is a core of the galaxy, this objective that we're supposed to go to, I can't imagine it would be all worth it. Just playing around in this mode, this map, phenomenally beautiful. And the concepts behind it, all of these lights being planets and varieties of planets, is genius. And I think making this game a fun game that everyone, or most people, can really enjoy and really sink their teeth into comes down to the creators of the game actually putting things in the game. And I heard that they announced paid DLC. What they need to do to save this game and stop everyone from just leaving it and having a bad taste in their mouth is to release free DLC that puts things in the game that are relevant and interesting and fun to do, that you want to do. Whether it's a story, whether it's multiple objectives, whether it's just more stuff you can do. They need to do something. And making it that we have to pay for it is a very bad idea, because the current state of the game is not worth the money that they ask. And they need to do something about that. They need to fix that. Because in my eyes, the early access game that is half the price, Subnautica, you get the same fun, the same style of fun, but much more for much longer. And this game's a massive game, and it's had a long time to be built. Subnautica is an early access game, and I hate those. I really dislike early access stuff. That's why I was so excited for this game, because I was like, oh my god, it's a complete Subnautica. That's ideal. And then what this game feels like? This game feels like an early access game that's less complete than Subnautica. How messed up is that? All I can do is hope that they learn from their mistakes and do something about it. But will that happen? I can't tell you for sure. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed this experience with me. If nothing else, we had it together, we shared it. And I'm glad I did it. This has been No Man's Sky. I've been Hollow. Thank you for joining me. Maybe we'll come back to this thing one day. For now, I'll see you next time. Goodbye, guys.